Hello, everyone. How's it going? Am I live? I'm live. I don't go live often. I say that, but I really mean it. My name is Suki J, and I just wanted to come on and talk to you all for a few minutes about a plant-based challenge that I'm offering that starts on Monday. I also want to thank a lot of you all for all your support on my posts about plant-based. I often show a lot of my recipes, and I talk about my alcohol-free journey. And so many of you, I don't even know that well, but you leave some amazing comments on my posts and support, and I really, really appreciate it. So I'm home from work. I'm still in my clothes that I wore to work. I just got done with a class about it's a course I'm taking because I'm like a forever student, but it's to help break financial generational trauma, like when it comes to your finances. So I'm enrolled in this course, and it's very, very, very interesting, and we're diving deep. It's only been about 3 weeks in this course. So I am on now. I'm about to make dinner because I just got off that call, and probably won't be on the whole time I make it, but this is one of the meals that I make. I'm plant-based. I've been plant-based since December 8th, 2022. And my version of plant-based is no, I don't eat any meat or fish or dairy. So some people, their version of plant-based is they just eat more plants. They still may eat meat here and there, but I don't. And so the reason why I went plant-based was because I was having health issues during the pandemic. So while I'm talking to you all, I'll show you. So I'm about to make some veggie fajitas. So these are leftover peppers. I used half of them the other day when I made, what did I make? I can't remember. I made something with them. And so I have the tricolors. So I'm going to be cutting these up into slices along with some mushrooms and onions. And then I'm going to add a can of black beans. Pray I have black beans, because I'm gonna be so sad if I don't. I thought about the other kind. The only kind that looks like I have are these ones that are spicy, and we might have to roll with those because I need black beans in here. And I thought I had ordered the other kind. But what's so great about this meal is I can make this whole meal cost less than $10. And it's me. Hi, whoever's joining. I'm just talking a little bit about plant-based, and I'm offering a challenge. I'm making this whole meal, so it's gonna be veggie fajitas. So I have 3 different kind of peppers, and then I have mushrooms. So this package of mushrooms costs like $3. The peppers, I get them at Aldi. They're only about $3. A can of black beans, which I normally don't use this kind. I normally just use regular. This says jalapeno, so I might have to roll with it because I need some beans in these fajitas. 99 cents. I have a reel on my page where I literally made 5 black bean burgers out of 1 can of black beans that cost 99 cents. I was able to make 5 black bean burgers. So if anyone ever tells you that eating plant-based is expensive, they're probably eating commercialized, like going to the different restaurants and buying all the Beyond Burger and all that. If you eat mainly whole foods, you won't be spending a lot of money. I'm a single mother of 2 teenagers, and I can make this work, and they still eat meat. They do eat some of my meatless meals, but if I can swing it, I know other people can. So that's $3 for the peppers, $3 for the mushrooms. What was that? $7 for the beans. And then if you want a thing of rice, another $2. That's $9 for a whole meal. And the 3 of us can eat off of that a couple of times. So these are just some of the things that we show you. Me and my sister are hosting a 5-day plant-based challenge. So it starts Monday coming up, June 9th through the 13th. And I couldn't read what you said. Love it. Definitely. Yes, you have to. And Aldi is the store because I get so many deals there. Their produce section, thank you for the hearts, is really good. And you can get good quality there and not have to spend a lot of money. I get all my fruit there and everything. In the challenge, we show you ways that you can put together plant-based meals that are quick and easy, don't take a lot of time. I work full time. I work 40 hours a week at a main job, and then I have like 2 or 3 side jobs. Plus, I'm a single mother, and I have time to make plant-based living work. But my story is, in the pandemic, I was leading into the pandemic, I was in shape. And then being at home, I started to eat really unhealthy, and I started drinking a whole bunch of alcohol. And I started to have all these health issues. Yeah, I don't even have a Trader Joe's here, so I've never even shopped at Trader Joe's. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. I normally don't go live. So some of the health issues I picked up in the pandemic was my blood pressure went up, my cholesterol went up, my thyroid levels got off. I ended up getting covered in a rash. Like, I'm talking about from my neck all the way down to my feet. 80% of my body was covered in this like red rash that was like alive and itching. And I went through a whole lot of stuff. I went through all this medicine. They put me on steroids. I blew up. I got super big. I went into the pandemic weighing like 195. I was 250 by the end of the pandemic. Now I'm down to 175. I ended up losing 75 pounds. And so they couldn't figure out what it was at first. And it was psoriasis. That's an autoimmune disorder. So a lot of autoimmune things are caused by when you wreck your gut. Oh, it was awful. Thank you. So excuse me if I squint. I'm getting old. I'm 47 years old. So I noticed I'm starting to squint. It was awful. And I went all the way from May until October. So what's that, 5 months before they kind of figured out what was going on. And then they got me on this medicine called Skyrizi. You may have seen commercials. And that is how I finally cleared up my skin. But it's a really heavy medicine, and I had to inject both sides of my stomach every 3 months with this medicine. And then they told me I was going to have to be on it for the rest of my life. And I said, oh no, I'm not. I can't do that. So that's when I started researching. So those are some of I had inflammation, swelling, all this stuff going on in the pandemic. And so when I started to do research, I found out about plant-based life. And I actually found a girl who had psoriasis, and she was able to clear it up by going plant-based. And I grew up like most of you all, eating meat at every meal. I find old pictures, like I couldn't even eat oatmeal without meat. I used to cut up sausage links and put them in my oatmeal. Are you kidding? I couldn't even have no oatmeal without meat. And I said, I don't think I could do that. Like, I can't do no plant-based. So I started playing around with it. So I first did, I started like a meal here and there, like eliminate meat. Like, okay, let me just have this one meal. I don't have to have meat with every meal, right? And then I was like, okay. So then I said, let me do 24 hours. I did that before. Went back to eating meat. Then I did 48 hours, so 2 days. And when I did the 2 days, the first time ever, I went 2 whole days without meat, y'all. I felt different. I felt so different. I felt like lighter. I was like, what is going on? I can't explain it. I felt so good. And I was like, oh man, there's something to it. I still went back to meat. Then I did 7 days. And when I did 7 days, you know, we're programmed. So in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm not eating enough. I'm not getting full. So I started to eat more carbs. Like I was eating fries, more beans. Like I felt like I needed to take on other stuff to replace the meat. And so what I ended up doing was making myself like gassy. I felt bloated and gassy. And I was like, I don't know about this. I went back to eating meat. And then I still kept watching YouTube. I was watching Shakayla. It's this girl named Shakayla, Sweet Greens Vegan. She cooks amazing vegan meals. And I would be sitting right here in this kitchen cooking meals with meat, watching her YouTube of vegan meals. And I'm like, huh? But it was getting in me, it was getting in me. And so I was starting to get my health in check. I started to eat cleaner. And then as I got into plant-based, meat in the US is so sketch. Yep. Yes, they are so real. And that's what was happening to me. My hormones were all off. I wrecked my gut because I'm talking about, we was in the house, right, for the pandemic, and they were sending them stimulus checks. And so me and my kids were in here the whole time. I'm ordering DoorDash. I'm dairy, yes. I was getting DoorDash. I was getting breakfast. What does it say? Swipe. I don't know what it said to me. It gave me a message. Why is it doing that? I was eating like breakfast food delivered. Then I was getting like Italian beefs, pizza, tacos, just like greasy, fatty. And then I was using GoPuff and getting alcohol delivered. And by the time I ended up almost every day having some form of alcohol because we were just stuck in the house. So to make a long story short, I did the 7 days, right? I went back to eat meat. That was October of 2022. And then, I love it. Oh yeah, you talking, it's possible. I'm telling you. So then, y'all, it was December 7th, 2022. And I watched a podcast with Anthony O'Neill. I don't know if y'all know who he is. He talks about money. He had Dr. Bobby Price on his podcast that night. I'll never forget, I was sweeping the floor, and Dr. Bobby Price, if y'all know him, he give you the real. He was just talking about chicken and even fish. People think fish is all healthy. He was talking all this stuff, and it made me so grossed out. And I was like, huh. So the next morning, which was December 8th, 2022, I woke up and I said, I'm grossed out. Let me do another 7 days, because I can't eat no meat again after hearing that. I had also watched Eating Our Way to Extinction. I hadn't watched What the Health until after I was plant-based. If you watch that, you really gonna be messed up. And so I woke up December 8th, 2022 to do 7 days, y'all. And now it is what? June 5th. What's today? 5th? June 5th, 2025. I never stopped. I woke up that day, December 8th, thinking I was going to do another week and go back to meat. I never went back to meat ever again. I never went back to fish ever again. I ain't even slipped up not once. Never. Now, I did hold on to dairy for a while. I held on to dairy until last July. So I was meatless, but I was still eating cheese here and there and sour cream and stuff like that. Thank you. And I let that go last July when me and my sis did a raw vegan challenge. We did 32 days raw vegan. Now that's a whole nother level. That's a whole nother level. Now my challenge I'm having that start Monday, me and her, this is my sis. We talk every day. That's plant-based food, but you can still cook. But me and her, for July last year, we offered a raw vegan challenge where you don't cook. It's all raw food. Nothing above 118 degrees. That had us feeling so good. And then you don't have dairy when you're doing vegan, right? And so after that, I didn't go back to dairy. I felt too good because that has its own set of things. So if you, does it say, I'm sorry, I can't read your name. The one of you've been leaving quite a few comments. And you said, I'm your future self. If you are interested, the link is in my bio. Anyone who's interested in signing up for the challenge is 5 days. It's $47. That's it. You will be put in a community with other like-minded people. We will give you meal ideas. We will give you all type of resources, benefits of plant-based living, help to hold you accountable, next steps, all type of things. And this is probably like our 4th or 5th challenge together. Every time we do one, people are so blessed. The community is beautiful. The ladies, we've had ladies so far. Men are welcome too, though. But so far in all of our challenges, we've had ladies, and they always have just beautiful things to say, and they feel amazing. The majority of them stay plant-based. Some do go back to meat, but there's that piece of them. It's like, once you know, you know. Once you know, you can't unknow. You can't unsee. You can't unfeel how good you felt. No way, no matter which way you want to cut it. And let me tell you, because what I'm saying for those of you who are coming in, I'm about to make veggie fajitas. So you can look on my page for when I've made them before. My kids love them. So I have 2 sons. One just graduated from high school last week. So he's not really a kid anymore, but he's still here. So he's 18, and I have a 16-year-old. My youngest son turned 16 last Thursday. And so they've had some issues with indigestion and stuff with their stomach. One of them had to get an endoscopy because he was having these stomach issues going on. They be eating my meatless meals, and even they have seen the benefits. But I can feed all 3 of us. Now, this one ain't going to be as big because I got partial peppers because I used part of them last week. So I'm going to cut up the rest of these peppers. I'm going to cut up some mushrooms. and also some onions, and I like saute it in the skillet. I also add beans. I'm a little bit nervous tonight because I just went to the store too after work, but I didn't realize I was down to just this can of black beans, which I had been avoiding using because it was an accident that they gave it to me, but it's jalapeno. So it's going to be a little bit spicy, but I think we still going to have to try that because I need beans in there. So all that along with this, just a cheap little package of rice, $9. The entire meal, $9. 3 people can eat off of it. All plant-based. No meat used in the production of these veggie fajitas that are going to be amazing. They're my go-to. I can make them with my eyes closed. I can make them in my sleep. Does anyone have any questions about plant-based or the challenge or anything like that? I appreciate you all joining in. It's been great chatting just for a little bit. I need to do it more because I normally don't go live. But like I said, the link's in my bio if you want to join. I can't remember how TikTok works. I don't know. I don't think the lives stay up on TikTok. I also have a YouTube channel. So the link to my YouTube channel is in my bio as well. I share so much on my YouTube about plant-based. I have a whole playlist of nothing but meals, nothing but plant-based meals. It's a ton of them. I also have alcohol-free journey. I'm currently on day like 522. I gave up alcohol. Like as you start to ascend and like elevate and become a better version of yourself by the way you eat, by the way you take care of yourself, setting boundaries, then other stuff starts to fall off. Like alcohol was no longer aligning with me. Why am I on a health and wellness journey taking care of myself? I lost 75 pounds. I got my blood pressure down with no medication because the doctor was trying to put me on medication. Growing in God. I'm faith-based. I'm all in the word. All these areas of my life are improving, but then I'm still downgrading, drinking alcohol here and there, and then having horrible hangovers because, like I said, I'm 47 years old, so I'm losing a day or two after drinking. It's not worth it. So at the top of last year, I took a leap of faith because I was looking at God like, oh, nah. I like my Tito's a little bit too much. I took a leap of faith January 1st, 2024, and I have not slipped on that either. No alcohol in a year, and this is about to be a year and a half by the end of this month. There is life without alcohol. There is life without meat. And it's quite amazing. So I think I'm going to end it here if nobody has any questions. But I will make a promise that I will start to jump on more. That's my promise to y'all and to myself. And I need to be able to see a little bit better. I might get some more lighting or something. All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to peace out on that note. Y'all have a good night. Let's see if I know how to end this. Hold on. End.